Um, we're just gonna move through a gentle sound bath today, a little guided meditation. Um, Feel free to use this space however you see fit. So I hope you feel agency to really listen to yourself and see what you need out of this hour. There's the option to, have a journal nearby for some intention setting if you'd like, or to really just glide along and, have a little mind journey. You can fall asleep, whatever feels good. Every single New Year's Eve, I'm coming from a Japanese Buddhist original context for me. That was my first kind of Buddhism. And so every New Year's, we ring the big bell outside of the temple 108 times. And this ritual is it's a really sweet ritual built on this idea of release. And so even though I'm not like in the formal temples anymore, I still do this every year with folks, kind of for a whole week now. So I get like I'm like lost in the sauce on the bells, basically. But every time we do it, it's an opportunity to just like let the bells be an aid in just letting something go, just in that breath. There's no high stakes here. It's kind of meant to kind of take a little bit of like specific urgency out of New Year's and ground us in just like what do we actually always care about? How do we put that at the forefront and put our uh, like hearts there, aligned there? And so as the bells ring, I'll do it. Um, you can do this ritual communally, which we do sometimes, and everybody rings the bell together. But as a sound bath, I'll just be being the one ringing the bell. So I'll do it in kind of a little series of patterns. And so the invitation is to let the sound wash over you, to bring to mind while the bells are ringing, as you breathe in, notice what you're feeling. See if there's anything that could just have a little ease inserted or a little less tension around it. And then we'll do a little chakra cleanse, a little guided meditation, which, whether you care about chakras or not, it's just a nice color meditation. And then we'll close out together. So that's kind of the scope of what we're doing today. Everything we do is opt in, opt out. If you need to take a break, leave, come back, come on, off camera, do whatever you need to do to really care for yourself during this hour. And the chat is always open if you have any questions or any needs like that. But we'll dive in just by taking a moment to arrive together. So just take a moment to take a deep breath in, let it all out, and just start to land wherever you sit or lay down today. Perhaps you notice the seat rising up to hold you, the weight of your clothes against you. And we're just going to come into our body a little bit, just some gentle movement. Or you can stay still and just be aware of the parts that we call out. But you might just bring your awareness up into the neck and shoulders, releasing any tension in the jaw, or perhaps doing a couple neck rolls at your own pace. Really just listening. You can even reach up to massage a little if that's what's needed. Staying with the neck if you need to, or moving into the shoulders. Might bring the arms into the mix. Still breathing in and out. Might notice the spine, the torso. Do we need to adjust for our lower back? Is there a stretch or a little wiggle that might feel good? Do we need a pillow, cushion? Is there an opportunity in the skin, on the stomach, to just let go a little, to soften, even just for this breath? No need to hold anything up or keep anything going. As we keep breathing in and out for a moment or two more here, we arrive at the space, however feels right today, whatever's possible today. On this last day of the year, this like deep post midwinter season, today we draw on our own experience as our guide. To whatever degree that feels safe, letting what arises arise, letting what falls away fall away, and just trying to show up for ourselves a little bit, to be seen and held in community and in our own little space, whatever that looks like or feels like. And so continue to find postures that feel sustainable and comfortable to you. We're going to gently glide into our sound bath. So for this portion, feel free to lay back if that feels good. Feel free to do whatever. You can journal, or you can alternatively take the chakra, the body scan later to journal as well. Do what feels good. Let it be fluid. I'll open up with a little drum opening, kind of like we're closing out we're doing a series of cycle closings and openings, and so we'll open our little session here, ceremony here with the drum opening, and then we'll go through the bell. It'll ring 108 times, give or take. I reserve the right to miss one or two or do two more. But with the ring of the bells, that invitation is to let the sound wash over you, then let it go. And just practice that again and again. Or if you're journaling, let the sounds wash over you and allow yourself to just ground it. What do I want to bring in this new year? What's ready to be put down? Maybe even what needs to be held more gently. Taking a deep breath in, letting it all go. And just take a moment of rest. The breath in and out. Take a second to notice how you feel right now. Whatever you need, may we let that guide what moves we make. If we need this to be cozier, get a big blanket. If we need this to feel wigglier, feel free to move, stretch. If you like the stillness, sink into it. And we'll move through just a little body scan together. Again, feel free to do what you need to do, shift your posture if you need to. Today is a day where it feels nice to cast spells. Well, that's every day for me, but it feels nice to cast spells with each other. And we've been drawing spells in different moon ceremonies and doing things like that. And today, I wanted to kind of dream a spell together. We've been daydreaming a lot this week, and it feels nice to continue with that. And so, I drew it for you. You don't have to draw it. I just drew it so you can see it. But there's a symbol called Aya, the fern. Looks like this. And so you can think of like the leaf of a fern, literally, right? A long fern leaf. And it's an Adinkra symbol that symbolizes defiance, resilience, and endurance and resourcefulness. And so people who wear this symbol, it's like a symbol of being like, wow, I've lived through some stuff, and also I can, I've learned how to accept the medicines that are for me so that I can keep going, you know. And so today, as we just take a few moments to breathe here, still in motion, writing, or with eyes closed, we might imagine we're sitting somewhere next to a big fern. It's deep green with those long tendrils. Ferns often are in a really humid place. If you're in Chicago, you can think of the Garfield Park Conservatory, or if you're anywhere else, just think of humidity. But like the heat that comes from that environment, perhaps you imagine a little water dripping down the fern, like it's sweaty a little bit, even though we're in the deep of winter. And as we just breathe in and out, we might imagine this fern offers some of its leaves to us. And so we just take a few branches, we lay them over the skin on our shoulders. The fern, like an ancestor giving a little baby a bath, starts to just bathe us in its own petals, in its leaves. Imagine like a big cloth swaddling around the shoulders, the torso, warming the lower half, wrapping around tight. As we breathe in and out with this plant ancestor, it doesn't have to be solemn or serious, can be playful. We've been talking about interacting with ancestors and Buddhas like playing dress up as a kid. You can play dress up with the leaves too. Whatever feels good. We allow the leaves to wrap around us, and as we breathe in, they soak into our skin, dissolve. As we breathe out, they fill the body. Whatever medicine you need, whatever you need to call into your life, take a moment to ask it, even maybe out loud, or write it down, or just in your head. Ask for what you need right now. And you can imagine that the fern offers a little bit of it through its leaves that soak into your skin. Even if you don't know what you need, there is space to sit with that too, and to allow those who are able to help to move with you. And so we'll take one last deep breath here with this little daydream before letting it go, coming back into your body, perhaps offering just a little motion or blinking of the eyes open. And we'll move into our little closing here, but I really wanted to, or like something that, I don't know, as we were doing that body scan was coming up for me, was like all of these wonderful opportunities to daydream with our beloveds and to like try and create and dream up the worlds we want to love. I feel so grateful to be able to practice that with you and to try out these different ways of being. And in this release opportunity, I hope we can really dare ourselves to look around and see what we have done, what we have overcome, what we have made it through, how we have healed, how we have survived in part, and to try and hold that close as also like recognizing that is so much love I have poured into myself, even when I have felt like I don't have much love to give myself. I did so much. I kept me here. I figured out how to love the people around me, right? Or I'm figuring it out. And so as we move through this new year, it's just continual opportunities to come back to the breath, to come back to the body, to come back to the people around us and say, okay, what do we need right now? How can we start here? From this shared ideal or yearning, really, for all beings to be free, to see true liberation, to feel it in our bones and body, to know our ancestors are resting. So that's kind of my closing words for our sit today. I wanted to keep it short and sweet since it's New Year's. No need to do too much right now, go take a nap.